A very good morning to everyone, students. Today we will discuss the chapter 11 of your grammar book, that is verb voice. Okay, so let's start with the chapter. Voice is the property of verbs that tell us whether the subject in a sentence is actively performing the action or passively receiving the action. Okay, so what we have to do, voice is the property of verbs that tell us whether the subject in a sentence is actively performing the action or passively receiving the action. Voice is of two kinds. First is the active voice and the second is the passive voice. Okay, for example, Rita bakes the birthday cake. It is the sentence in active voice, and when we change it into passive voice, the sentence should be the birthday cake is baked by Rita. Both the sentences above convey the same meaning though they look different. In the first sentence, Rita is the subject. The word bakes is in the simple present tense. As the action is directly done by Rita, so Rita is the active subject in this sentence. And the verb has an object, the birthday cake. The first sentence is in the active voice because the action is directly done by the active subject. Now we move to the second sentence, that is in passive voice. The subject is the birthday cake. The verb baked is in the past participle form. But the birthday cake cannot perform the act of baking since it is an inanimate object. It is actually the receiver of the action bake. Therefore, it is the passive subject of the sentence. So, the doer of the action of this sentence is Rita. A sentence in which the subject is passive and receives the action of the verb is in passive voice. Next thing is passive voice structure. The verb in the passive voice for sentences in the present tense. The sentences which are in the present tense, they have the forms of be verb, that is, are, am, the past participle or the third form of the main verb. Write is the verb is in active, and when we change it into passive, that is converted into is written. Okay, so there is one exercise given and in which you have to fill the passive form of verb given in brackets. We are taught music by Mrs. Shankar. Forms of be is are am is used and the third form of the verb is used. This school is sponsored by the Rotary Club. So, we move to the next exercise, that is personal pronoun in passive construction. Okay, so what is there in this exercise? The table below shows how the forms of personal pronouns change. I is changes into me. We changes to us. He changes to him. She changes to her and they to them. So the next thing is the tenses of the verb. The tense of the action voice remains the same in the passive construction, but the forms of the be and have verbs undergo a change. So there is a table given in which you can perfectly understood the active and passive voice. First sentence is in I write a letter, that is in simple present tense. So when we change it into passive voice, a letter is written by me. Okay, forms of be plus third form of the verb. I am writing a letter is in present continuous tense and a letter is being written by me. I wrote a letter simple past. A letter was written by me. I was writing a letter was being written by me. Next is I will write a letter simple future tense. A letter will be written by me in simple future tense. Next is I have written a letter present perfect tense. A letter has been written by me. Okay, present perfect tense. I had written a letter is a sentence in past perfect tense. A letter had been written by me. I will have written a letter, future perfect tense. A letter will have been written by me. Okay. So these are the simple rules of changing active voice into passive voice. Let's take some examples of changing the voice. Vidhan had addressed the question well. This is in past perfect tense and the question has been well addressed by Vidhan. Okay. Next is Rita is forcing me to eat the banana. I am being forced to eat the banana by Riti. The policeman will chase the thief. The thief will be chased by the police. Next is read the following sentences and write whether they are in the active or passive voice and then change the voice of each sentence. Senior students organized the school festival last year. Last year the school festival was organized by senior students. Next is the English teacher helped the students in their preparation. The students were helped by the English teacher in their preparation. Okay. The beggar picked up the purse. The purse was picked by the beggar. The purse was found by him. He found the purse. Now next is interrogative sentences. The rule for passive construction of interrogative sentences remains the same, though necessary changes take place in the structure of the verb. Did Rishabh give up the job? Was the job given up by Rishabh? Have they bought the house? Has the house been bought by them? Did Oxford University Press publish this book? Was the book published by Oxford University? Does Simran like oranges? Are oranges liked by Simran? Have the students of this class set up the stage? Has the stage been set up the students of this class? Did Tina take the gift? Was the gift taken by Tina? Now the second question is in which you have to change the following sentences into passive voice and then into interrogative sentences. She painted the walls blue. The walls were painted blue by her, and in the interrogative form, were the walls painted blue by her? So next question is, what is the next one? In which you have to change the sentences. A book is being written by me for publication. I am writing a book for publication. The monkey is eating a banana. A banana is being eaten by the monkey, and so on. This is how you can change the sentences into passive voice. Okay students, thank you.